Today we are looking at Resident Evil 2 Remake for the Xbox Series X. Resident Evil 2 was released by Capcom in 2019. In Resident Evil 2, the classic action, tense exploration, and puzzle-solving gameplay that defined the Resident Evil series returns. Players join rookie police officer Leon Kennedy and college student Claire Redfield, who are thrust together by a disastrous outbreak in Raccoon City that transformed its population into deadly zombies. Both Leon and Claire have their own separate playable campaigns, allowing players to see the story from both characters' perspectives. The fate of these two fan-favorite characters is in players' hands as they work together to survive and get to the bottom of what is behind the terrifying attack on the city. Will they make it out alive? Remember, if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe as it helps out this channel grow, and don't forget to hit the notification button for all future videos. So how is Resident Evil 2 today? Here is our review of Resident Evil 2 for the Xbox Series X.
Hey. It's okay. I won't hurt you, I promise.
Resident Evil 2 is the follow-up to the first Resident Evil. You get to choose who to play as at the beginning of the game. Your choices are Claire Redfield, Chris Redfield's younger sister, or Leon Kennedy, a rookie police officer in Raccoon City. Both protagonists eventually arrive in Raccoon City, the closest and most populous city to the house where the original game was set, and discover that things are not right. Leon and Claire are caught in the heart of the mayhem as the virus from the first game that turned humans and animals into horrible killing machines has spread and virtually destroyed the city. Before becoming caught up in the terror as Leon tried to arrive for his first day of work, Claire came here looking for her brother. Although they both follow a different storyline in the game and have access to some locations the other won't, their experiences are nonetheless extremely similar. Certain changes have undoubtedly been made since the original. The gameplay of Resident Evil 2 has been significantly altered, as one might expect from a remake. This game still features and makes use of the behind-the-back camera that Resident Evil 4 pioneered so many years ago. Like most of the series, you have to aim before shooting, therefore you have to put your feet in certain positions. This is definitely not a shootout situation. Everything else should be familiar if you've played other Resident Evil titles. Additionally, you have one of the nicest maps I've ever played in a game, as well as weapon shortcuts and a functional inventory management panel. This observation about the map need a little more explanation. The maps in Resident Evil 2 are incredibly user-friendly. They will remind you of obstacles and anything you've ever seen, as well as change color, from red to blue, if you found all you can in a room, which is just amazingly user-friendly. Resident Evil 2 is still a puzzle game, similar to the first one. Find the proper key to go to the next area. You find an obstacle in the way, and chances are that you'll need to find a way around it. Despite Resident Evil 2's slight changes to the puzzles, they remain mostly the same. You simply have to be cautious of all the bothersome zombies in your path. This was pretty much the norm for early horror, for sure. In this game, the zombies are particularly vicious. 3 to 5 headshots are nothing compared to these things, really. They are unquestionably bullet sponges, and even if they fall, there is a significant probability that they will get back up later. Definitely hit them with a knife to see if they are really dead. There is genuine suspense in this situation when you combine that with the limited ammunition. The fact that you can mix several of that gunpowder elements in the game to create ammo is undoubtedly your savior. I should add that you have 2 separate weapon loadouts because there are 2 different playable characters. The A and B pathways for Claire and Leon are similar, but Claire has a variety of weaponry that Leon does not, which somewhat alters the gameplay, but not too much. Additionally, each of them has a unique finale boss. This gameplay strikes the ideal balance between giving you a fighting chance and leaving you to perish. The game plays smoothly and is fun to complete.
Don't shoot! Get down!
The first thing you'll notice about this remake of Resident Evil 2 is its improved graphics, which should come as no surprise. Resident Evil 7 and this game are quite similar because they both employ the RE7 engine. However, that is just an aside because this game looks fantastic. Fantastic environments with lots of aesthetic detail may be found in this game, mainly in the form of just destroyed environments and clutter everywhere. The city streets are definitely chaos personified, and I wish we spent more time in them, to be honest. In particular, the lighting is very well done. Despite the fact that there are no longer any fixed camera angles, whoever is in charge of the lighting and shadows really nailed it. The game's models are excellent. Zombies display damage as you inflict it on them, and with enough damage, you may even shoot off their arms and legs. Enemies are burned by fire damage. Enemies move in a strange way, swaying and bobbling, which, I'll guarantee, will cause you to waste a few revolver rounds. Graphically, everything is perfect, and the surroundings and lighting do a great job at enhancing the overall horror atmosphere.
I think so. Thanks.
You can thank me later, when we're safe.
Holy shit.
The game's soundtrack really drives home all of the aforementioned elements by solidifying the idea that you are playing through a terrifying nightmare. As you might expect, dark and brooding, and life-threatening horror make up the majority of the music. Seriously, many of these songs are created solely to keep you on the edge while you play, and the composers do an excellent job doing that. However, soon the focus will be on you, and you'll have to decide whether to live or die. Several tracks emphasize this as well. All the songs on this soundtrack are fantastic, and several of the more tense songs include light choir work that only serves to enhance their memorable quality. The voice acting is excellent, and so is the music. Nevertheless, there are several veterans filling the minor parts. For this game, a lot of newer voice actors were used. However, since everyone in this game sounds incredible and performs well, you can't tell. For a group of people who should be shouting continually since they are facing certain death. The zombie groans and battle cries are actually scary, especially when you know that 10 rounds might not be enough. The sound effects are also deserving of praise. This product's audio quality is excellent overall.
This is good news. We can get you to hospital.
No, I am not.
Lieutenant, I'm not just gonna leave you here.
I'm giving you an order, rookie.
If you've played the Resident Evil series before, you owe it to yourself to acquire this one since Capcom is reissuing HD copies of Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil for modern systems. It took a game that was already good in 1998 and given it a new look, making it far more difficult and rewarding than before. Die-hard fans of Resident Evil will adore it, and new, younger fans who missed the game in the 1990s will also find enjoyment in it. Given the popularity of this remake and Capcom's recent improvement in decision-making with regard to titles, this remake is amazing overall. It updates and modernizes Resident Evil 2 while preserving its basic elements for a new audience. If you are a fan of the series, playing this game is a no-brainer. However, if you enjoy decent games and don't mind some survival horror, you should play this game anyway. Resident Evil 2 Remake for the Xbox Series X is getting a 10 out of 10. What did you think of the remake of Resident Evil 2? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. That concludes this episode. Throughout the week, I'll be doing live streaming. I play a lot of Xbox or Nintendo Switch games, as well as classic retro games. And remember, please support this video by giving it a thumbs up if you liked it. I appreciate your interest and hope to see you on the future episode. Enjoy your day.